Welcome back to the Native Speaker Experience, and wishing all our viewers and subscribers a very happy St. Patrick's Day today. Here are two really useful ways to describe general upward movements in line graphs. You can say, here we can see a pattern of significant growth in the consumption of Guinness over a 7-hour period on St. Patrick's Day 2017. So here we can see a pattern of significant growth, and it's usually partnered with the preposition in afterwards, and it's quite popular to say the consumption of, the use of, the sale of, etc., the production of, something like that, and then the product that you're talking about. So here we can see a pattern of significant growth in the consumption of Guinness over a 7-hour period on St. Patrick's Day 2017. You can also say there was a significant upward trend in the consumption of Guinness over a 7-hour period on St. Patrick's Day 2017. So there are two ways of showing upward movement, a pattern of significant growth and a significant upward trend. And it's useful when you're describing the entire line and a general pattern. So even though it went down here and it went down here and it dipped slightly here and here, as you can see, for the most part it is growing all the time. So we say a pattern of significant growth or a significant upward trend. Now if you want to go the other direction and you want to talk about downward movements, well then we can use a slightly different phrase. So here we can see a pattern of significant decline, so not growth but decline, in the amount of shamrock sold over a 7-hour period on St. Patrick's Day 2017. So this is our national plant here, our shamrock, and we all wear this today on St. Patrick's Day. So here we can see a pattern of significant decline, that means downward movement, and again we see in the amount of, and shamrock, this is our plant, sold over a 7-hour period. So we say sold, sell, sold, sold. Why? Because shamrock doesn't sell itself. It has to be sold by somebody. So that's why it's the past participle form of the verb here. And over a 7-hour period on St. Patrick's Day. So again, over a 7-hour period is a really nice phrase that describes from 2 p.m. to 9 p.m. It's just another way of doing it over a 7-hour period. So here we can see a pattern of significant decline. There's a very nice phrase, and if you want, you can also use a slightly different one. There was a significant downward trend in the amount of shamrock sold over a 7-hour period on St. Patrick's Day 2017. So that's a very short presentation on describing upward and downward trends in our two very famous things that we have today on St. Patrick's Day, both Guinness and shamrock. That's all from me. The very best of luck, a very happy St. Patrick's Day, and I'll see you all the next time.